Dan, I got a chance to look at your attics. You actually have 3 separate attic spaces, 3 areas that we went through.
Okay.
They all actually communicate together and would affect what you're getting in your home for comfort, and also what's affecting your energy bills, because even though there's 3 different spaces, they're all connected and communicate to each other. What we do at Gypsum Supply is the first things we do when we come into the house is we're going to go into each attic space and caulk or foam to seal up any penetrations. If we see like a joint on the sheathing there, or a hole that's been drilled through, that type of thing, seal that up. We would take and vent the areas that need to be vented in your eaves so they maintain the proper ventilation. We will put in attic rulers so that when the blown insulation goes in, and what we're talking about is in this area in Michigan, codes say that we need to have an R38 insulation put in. So we're going to blow that over top of the existing insulation because it's not in very good shape.
So you don't have to take the existing
No,
out.
it would stay in place. We'd go over top of it. R value is a thermal resistance. The R is for resistance, the amount of that the insulation resists cold or heat getting through that insulation, so that you're saving your heat, or in the summertime when you're air conditioning, it does the same thing. The kind of fiberglass bat that we would put in that wall application right there would be a CertainTeed fiberglass bat with FSK facing on it, and that's a facing because that was on there specifically because it's in an area that's not going to have drywall over top of that insulation, and it's manufactured differently for fire codes, because if something doesn't have drywall against it, you have to have a higher code on the facing of the material. So that's what an FSK product would be used in that.
Okay.
This is a foam vent or baffle, which is used to maintain airflow in an attic. One end sticks down into the soffit so the airflow can come down from the outside the soffit up through the other end into the attic space, and then you would have a ridge vent on the attic, and that would let the air out at the top so you maintain proper air balance in your attic. We're going to insulate this pocket attic so that it can be warm enough for them to use it as an actual closet storage space. What we're going to do, we started out by using an expanding foam product and sealing off any penetrations that were in the substrate. Then next we took and vented the attic from top to bottom with foam vents so that the attic space behind air would communicate up and over into the attic space above and out of the house. Next, what we did was there is an attic space behind me here, behind this wall, and we used CertainTeed InsulSafe blowing insulation and insulated that space back behind the wall. Then next, we installed the CertainTeed FSK bat insulation in the wall and in the ceiling. And now they've got a space that when we got here this morning was at least 10 degrees colder than it is right now, and they can use it for storage and everything will be comfortable inside the area. When we left the pocket attic, next we went to the attic space above, and this is above the master bedroom. And in that space there, we actually did it in 2 phases. Earlier in the project, when the house was being sided, the soffit was taken out. We came out and vented that attic space from the outside so that we could have proper ventilation inside the attic. Today, when we came back and went up through here, we extended those vents inside the attic so they would be up and above the insulation that's going to be blown in place. And then we came in once again with the InsulSafe blowing insulation and put 22 inches in the attic space up above the master bedroom to cap everything off. Now we're in the attic space that we'd call the lower flat attic that's over the main floor of the house. And starting out in here this morning, we went all the way to the back, venting the attic as we came forward towards me. Also installed attic rulers periodically through the attic, and we blew 22 inches of the insulation on top of the existing material that was in place to cap off this whole attic space, which is over the main floor living area of the house. Now all of these attic spaces, which all communicate together, are now insulated properly. So what will happen now, heating bills in the wintertime will be reduced. Also, a lot of people do not realize, but insulation actually affects your cooling, air conditioning costs in the summertime also. So wintertime, summertime, those bills will be greatly reduced. And more importantly is the comfort of your home. That's how when you come home, you're in your house, how you feel, you're with your family, you feel comfortable. That's something that has a value that you can't actually determine because it is so important. And this has been increased greatly by the work that's done here today.